He took them high and far into the realm of the possible. Through a career with as many ups and downs as an internet stock, Carl Yastrzemski was Boston's ultimate survivor.
Injuries are sadly common in sports, but their ability to abruptly end careers is truly devastating. One such player was Carl Yastrzemski, the baseball legend, whose career came to a tragic halt due to a terrifying injury. Carl Yastrzemski was a legendary baseball player for the Boston Red Sox. He spent his entire career with them, starting as a left fielder and later playing at third base, first base, and designated hitter. Yastrzemski made 18 All-Star appearances, won 7 Gold Gloves, and joined the elite 3,000 hit club while hitting over 400 home runs. Unfortunately, injuries cut short what could have been an even more illustrious career. But before we get into this, make sure to subscribe so that you never miss a video. In the early 1970s, Yastrzemski faced tough times with hand injuries that greatly weakened his hitting ability and overall performance until he recovered. Additionally, a lasting shoulder injury further diminished his power. Despite these setbacks, Yastrzemski continued to play until he retired at age 44 after the 1983 season. Interestingly, in his autobiography, Yaz, he revealed he had intended to keep playing into 1984, but decided to retire due to exhaustion after struggling through a prolonged midseason slump.
Yaz was young, bullheaded, didn't listen to Ted, and there was a real conflict between the two.
As he got older, Yastrzemski adjusted his stance, lowering his bat position. In his autobiography, he revealed a hidden struggle. He played his final 8 years with a secretly injured left shoulder, which significantly reduced his ability to hit home runs. Before the injury, he could hit homers anywhere in the ballpark, but afterward, most of his power was focused on pulling the ball. This led Yastrzemski to experiment with different stances to accommodate his shoulder, each requiring him to adapt his swing. Consequently, he never came close to hitting 40 home runs again. Known for his attention to detail, he even customized his batting helmets, enlarging the right ear hole for comfort and removing part of the right ear flap to better see the pitch ball. Even with injuries slowing him down at times, Yastrzemski's legacy stands unmatched in history. Yastrzemski holds a remarkable record for the longest career with one team, playing 23 seasons solely with the Boston Red Sox, a feat he shares with Brooks Robinson of the Baltimore Orioles. His final career stats are truly impressive. He played 3,308 games, amassed 3,419 hits, including 646 doubles and 452 home runs with 1,844 RBIs and a batting average of .285. Yastrzemski drew 1,845 walks and hit 1,157 extra base hits over his career.
New England bids farewell to Carl Yastrzemski as he makes his final curtain call at Fenway.
It was a very sad day when he retired. Once he started crying, we all cried, and the fans were unbelievable on that last day.
He was the first player in the American League to achieve over 3,000 hits and 400 home runs, a milestone later reached by Cal Ripken Jr. Yastrzemski was selected to the All-Star Game an incredible 18 times and won 3 batting championships in the American League. He ranks just behind Ty Cobb and Derek Jeter in hits accumulated with a single team, and behind Cobb, Jeter, and Tris Speaker in hits while playing in the American League. Fenway Park saw Yastrzemski shine brightest as he became the park's all-time leader in hits, doubles, and RBIs. At the time of his retirement, he held the record for most plate appearances, a record that has since been surpassed by Pete Rose. As one of the standout players of his time, Yastrzemski was inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame in 1989, his first year of eligibility, receiving an impressive 94% of the vote. He is among the rare Hall of Famers who followed another Hall of Famer at the same position. Throughout his entire career with the Red Sox, Yastrzemski proudly wore the number 8 jersey, which the team retired on August 6, 1989, to honor his Hall of Fame induction. In 1999, Yastrzemski was ranked 72nd on the Sporting News' list of the 100 greatest baseball players. That same year, he was named a finalist for the Major League Baseball All-Century team. Before his Hall of Fame induction in 1986, Yastrzemski was already honored with a place in the National Polish-American Sports Hall of Fame. Additionally, he was inducted into the Suffolk Sports Hall of Fame on Long Island in the baseball category as part of the class of 1990. Though his career was cut short, it's shown brilliantly as an example for all. Yastrzemski kicked off his major league journey in 1961, launching his first home run against former Red Sox pitcher Jerry Casale. He faced immense pressure right from the start, stepping into the shoes of the legendary Ted Williams for the Red Sox. Despite this weighty expectation, Yastrzemski quickly proved himself worthy at the plate and excelled defensively, particularly with his strong arm and skill in playing off Fenway Park's iconic green monster, the left field wall. During his 12 years as a left fielder, Yastrzemski's prowess was undeniable, earning him 7 Gold Gloves and leading the team in assists on 7 occasions. While his initial years were solid yet unremarkable, he burst into the limelight in 1963 as a rising star. That year, he clinched the American League batting title with an impressive .321 average, also topping the league in doubles and walks. His stellar performance earned him 6th place in the Most Valuable Player rankings. In 1967, Yastrzemski had a standout year, achieving greatness by winning the American League Triple Crown. He boasted a .326 batting average, hit 44 home runs, and drove in 121 runs. Yastrzemski's Triple Crown victory marked the last time a major league hitter achieved this until Miguel Cabrera did so in 2012. Interestingly, since then, several pitchers have won their version of the Triple Crown. His stellar performance earned Yastrzemski the Most Valuable Player award almost unanimously, with just 1 vote going to Cesar Tovar of the Twins. His impressive 12.4 WR that season was the highest since Babe Ruth's legendary 1927 campaign. 1967 was the year that defined Yastrzemski's greatness. In 1967, the Boston Red Sox experienced what was famously dubbed the Impossible Dream season, inspired by the hit song from the musical Man of La Mancha. After finishing in 9th place the previous year, they staged an incredible comeback to clinch the American League pennant on the final day of the season, marking their first since 1946. It was a dramatic turnaround as they battled in a tight 4-team race. During the critical last 2 weeks of the season, Yastrzemski played a pivotal role, hitting an astounding .513 with 5 home runs and 16 RBIs. This surge helped edge out the Detroit Tigers and Minnesota Twins by just 1 game in the standings. The climax came in the final 2 games against the Twins, with Yastrzemski's stellar performance on Saturday, going 3 for 4 with a home run and 4 RBIs, setting the stage for a decisive showdown. In the ultimate game with the pennant and the home run title at stake, Yastrzemski went 4 for 4 with 2 RBIs, leading the Red Sox to a 5-3 victory. His remarkable contributions, including a .400 batting average, 3 home runs, and 5 RBIs in the World Series against the St. Louis Cardinals, solidified his legendary status that season. Yastrzemski's achievements extended beyond the field, as he was honored with the Hickok Belt for Top Professional Athlete of the Year and named Sports Illustrated's Sportsman of the Year. Reflecting on the season's success in an article for Sport magazine, Yastrzemski credited manager Dick Williams for instilling a team-first mentality and fostering a winning spirit among players like Rico Petrocelli and Tony Conigliaro. After 1968, his career took a downward turn. In 1968, he won his 2nd batting championship despite the challenges posed by the era's dominant pitchers, posting a .301 average during what became known as the Year of the Pitcher. He led the league in on-base percentage and walks, showcasing his resilience and skill at the plate. The following year, Yastrzemski embarked on a power surge, hitting 40 home runs in consecutive seasons while leading the Red Sox to competitive finishes. His standout performance in the 1970 All-Star Game, where he tied a record with 4 hits and was named MVP despite his team's loss, highlighted his enduring excellence. However, injuries in the early 1970s, including troublesome hand and shoulder issues, hampered his power and productivity. Despite these setbacks, Yastrzemski continued to contribute to the Red Sox's success, finishing among the top hitters in the league and leading in runs scored in 1974. In 1975, Yastrzemski made a memorable appearance in the All-Star game, hitting a crucial 3-run homer without wearing a helmet to tie the score. Despite such heroic moments, the Red Sox faced heartbreak in the 1975 World Series against the Cincinnati Reds, where Yastrzemski made the final out in Game 7. Yastrzemski's career spanned over 2 decades, concluding at the end of the 1983 season when he retired at the age of 44. His legacy includes numerous accolades, such as being the first American League player to achieve 3,000 hits and 400 home runs, and having his iconic number 8 retired by the Red Sox in 1989.